Adrien Broner, man. He used to be one of my favorite boxers, but kind of still is, man. He's not the top 10, but he's at close to like the bottom of my top 10 list because Adrien Broner was one of the fighters that was very exciting to watch growing up. Coming up, but not growing up, but he's younger than me, but throughout the years, he made boxing entertaining with his antics and everybody pretty much, he touted himself, loosely, the next Mayweather. He was about billions and he was flashy. So, he even had the shoulder roll thing going on, but it never, he never made it to the point where Floyd did. Obviously, nobody probably ever will in boxing make it to that level of financially. But Adrien Broner says he is giving the next 3 to 5 years of his life to boxing, man. And he says, I'm going for broke. So my question is Adrien Broner serious? I mean, at the age of, 36 years old? You got to ask yourself, what else can he really do? Because he's fighting at welterweight. I've seen like some of his recent pictures, man. He's out of shape. I'm thinking he's having financial issues. This is a guy that was, what was it? What he did? Rip up money? Was it? Did he flush the money? I forgot what it was he did to money. I think he flushed it down the toilet or something. He ripped it up. This is a guy that was doing all of that when he had a lot of money. He was fucking his money off, playing games, and wasn't disciplined. And then Adrien Broner, he became known, like, when he'd come back for a fight, a lot of people put faith in him and say, yeah, AB, we rooting for you, man. Don't let us down. He talk all this stuff before the fight. And then when he get in the ring, he ain't letting his hands go. So then people started dubbing him, not letting his hands go Broner. It's crazy. But that's why I never really bet on Adrien Broner fights, because I don't know. He seems like when he gets in the ring, he's just in there to really play around with the person he's fighting. He's not in there to really knock nobody out. He's just in there to make it to the 12th and get his bag and go home. That's not dedication, man. That's not. You're dedicated to the wrong things. You got to be dedicated to the sport too, because that's what's giving you your your likely is giving you your money. So you got to take that serious, or you won't have no more. It's not gonna bring you no more money in if you can't take it serious. And a lot of stuff outside the ring, and was the what caused the downfall of Adrien Broner. And recently he's been on social media calling out Jake Paul to a fight, saying he'll knock him out. But we know it's for money. He needs the money. He was having issues with the child support thing, and it was crazy. He's been arrested for stuff and driving crazy, and I always rooted for AB though. I never like downed him. I just want him to do better. But sometimes, man, life will humble you to the point where you got to be doing really, really bad to really sit down and think to yourself, man, you know what? I can't do this no more. I gotta take stuff more serious. And we could be seeing that from Broner, or it could be just another way for him. Actions speak louder than words. We'll have to see how serious he is about boxing. First, if you see him always training, you see him take things serious. And in his next fight, if he looks hungry, like he just started boxing, like he's really hungry, he's going in there and he's styling on whoever he is and wins convincingly, then we probably have a discussion, but we haven't seen that yet. So a talk. The only thing is with Broner at welterweight, man, I don't think it's not much he's really gonna be able to do. I don't think his power didn't carry. He was sparking things down at 130. That's where Adrien Broner's he shined down there at 130 pounds, but at welterweight, he's sluggish and slow. His power didn't carry. So at best, man, he'd probably be a gatekeeper for people coming into the division or trying to move up the ranks. But we got to give him, it's hard to give Adrien Broner any benefit of the doubt because we've heard these things, and then he turned around and do the exact opposite. What's making us believe this time is any different? I don't know. Maybe he's really, really feeling the pain of going through financial issues. I don't know. But it's a waiting game. We're gonna have to see what happens. Who would he fight now? He's been out for a while. People were saying he looked like he lived on in Skid Row, looked homeless. I don't want to see that for the brother. I want to see him succeed. So if he's saying he's dedicating the next 3 to 5 years to the sport, I root for him, man. Let's get it, AB. But don't get in there and give us no sour performances, man. If you just in there for a check, say that, man. Well, he's not gonna say that. We know what it's really about, but we'll have to see if he on top of the money, he really is serious about the next 3 to 5 years. Because he'll be 40 plus years old from 3 to 5 years. He'll be like 41. Yeah, he'll be about 41 years old. Manny Pacquiao could come back. So could Adrien Broner if he focused, but he has to be dedicated, and we'll just have to follow it and see where he takes it, man. Shout out to AB. May God bless him and everything turn out good for him, man. But we'll see. Yeah, this your boy Rebel Light Boxing. Let me know what you think. Drop comments on this video, sub to the channel. Catch y'all on the next one.